Hello everyone, and a warm welcome to our Twitter space focused on the Galileo protocol. I am Pierre Bernardo, I am the founder of Galileo Network, and today I am really looking forward to our chats with the Galileo team members. So in the past few months, our team has been working hard, collaboratively, and with great dedication to push our project forward. And we've made progress in areas like product development, but also attracting customers and building strategic partnerships. And we think at Galileo that staying innovative and maintaining high quality standards are important to us. So today, that's my pleasure to introduce three integral members of our team. We have Zach Atkins, who is leading the ecosystem growth and strategic partnership. We have Andrea, our head of marketing, and we have Kushal here, who is steering the product team. They each add a distinct and insightful touch to our collective efforts. And today I will be asking them a series of questions to get a clearer picture of what they do, the challenges they face, and what they envision for the future of Galileo protocol. And before we dive in, I would love to for them to say a quick hello and to share a bit about their journey with us. And let's start with Zach. Zach, can you introduce yourself? Tell a little bit about what you are doing at Galileo Protocol and what bring you to the crypto and blockchain industry.
Absolutely, I'm very excited to be here. This is it's really fun getting to speak with the community and share some of the insights behind what we've been doing. As an introduction, my name is Zach Atkins. I'm the head of ecosystem growth and strategic partnerships. And essentially, that means that I get to meet with a lot of Web3 companies and Web2 companies, but primarily Web3 companies, and see how we can create tangible solutions to the problems in this entire space, specifically in the real world asset and tokenization space. So I feel like I have the dream job of getting to um, uh, come up with creative collaborations with a lot of different companies within Web3. What brought me to blockchain and Galileo is I got into Bitcoin. I invested in Bitcoin. I remember the days back when it was 3,000 to 4,000. I didn't quite get the cents or the hundreds. I was in the thousands when I first heard about and invested in Bitcoin. And I was convinced that this is a future technology that will be, just a standard across multiple industries and across tech. And then I uh, got into the world of Ethereum and dApps and how you can have things building on top, and you could uh, like create whole companies that are built on this blockchain, where it's just Bitcoin is kind of your financial throughput transactions. And then that led into altcoins. When I first heard about NFTs, though, uh, the thing that brought me to Galileo was they and now we are building what I always envisioned as far as NFTs go: physical assets that are tied to a digital product, excuse me, that's tied to a physical asset. And and it being on chain creates that transparency, and it just unlocks a whole new revenue stream for companies. And so that's long-winded way of what brought me to Galileo. And then I'm very excited to be part of the growth of Galileo.
Excellent, Zach. Thank you. Kush, please introduce yourself.
Sure. Thanks for the opportunity, Pia. And hi, everyone. Nice to be here and nice to meet you. Yeah. So myself, Kushal, and people over here call me Kush. So I've been with Galileo for the last 1 year and into the crypto for since I guess 5 to 6 years. So the first thing I jumped in with crypto is with Bitcoin itself. So it's like I didn't invest in Bitcoin as Zach did, but I was just into the technology. I've heard people saying come in for the money and stay for the technology, but the other thing happened with me. I just came in with the tech. I saw how Bitcoin's working. That interested me, and I had a few people who were into NFTs. I then with them I jumped into the NFTs, the that was the I guess the real part which changed my journey. Before that, I was a lot of into Web2 projects, like building applications, building websites, Android applications. I was into iOS, all of that. So that's what all of that is helping me right now. So I was in NFTs, and I got into Ethereum, EVM supported chains, and then I came into Chainlink. How Chainlink is being used, that's where we met Pierre and Nath. It went on from there, and yeah, so it was nice to be at Galileo actually. So when he introduced the concept of PNFTs, I didn't thought like it would work that way, but I was most of like pegging an art or something like music with a NFT, but he was pegging the exact physical products with it. Then we came into the discussion. That is when I started loving the protocol more into the discussion phase, because I was able to convince he was able to convince me like, okay, this can work. Like during a life cycle of a product exactly, if it changes, then the digital version of all it also should change, right? So yeah, if I could convince myself, then yeah, we can convince the world. So that's where we got in, and then now we are here with Galileo protocol, building the products for it. I'm really loving this, because the whole experience which I got from building applications from Web 2, now I'm adding it into Galileo with the Web3 tech. I would say my dream job, which I even have dreamed of. Thanks
That's
for having me.
That's a pleasure, Kush. That's a pleasure. And for the history, so Galileo is a 2 years old baby right now. And at the beginning, we were only two, Nathaniel and I. We went with two advisors. So at some point, we were four. I think it was back in November 2023, and November 2022. And now we are more than 30 people, including the tech team, the core team, the advocates, but also the advisors. So that's a huge growth that we experience, and it has been already 1 year right now. 1 year anniversary that we are working with Andrea. And Andrea, let me do the transition to you. Andrea, please introduce yourself.
So yeah, hello everyone. I am Andrea. So I'm Galileo's newly appointed head of marketing. You guys know me as Galileo's social media manager, right? Since 2022. But now we have a new social media manager. Her name is Tina. Basically, together with Pierre, we handle Galileo Network's marketing activities, the strategic planning and execution for marketing initiatives, brand management, etc., and the promotional campaigns that we do. And so, how I got into Web3 to blockchain. So, before I got into Web3, I was already a digital marketer for traditional brands, handling brands like Airbnbs, real estate, personal brands, and more, you name it. And then I figured I want to discover a new niche and, of course, discover more about emerging tech. So at that time, I was really looking into discovering and learning more about blockchain, DeFi, NFTs, and Web3 as a whole. So I jumped into NFTs, crypto education, learning as much as I can about the industry, its culture, and basically everything. And until now, I'm still learning like a sponge, absorbing as much information as I can. And then I got my first ever experience in Web3 as a social media marketer for a local Web3 brand based here in our country. So I'm from the Philippines, and from there, I learned a lot, gained experience, and mentorships. I also became a part of a leading Web3 educational company here in our country as a research and writer. And from there, I was able to enhance my knowledge about the industry, making it beneficial for the growth of Galileo as well, and my contribution, giving me an extensive experience to actually accept this role and responsibility. So, yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Andrea. And I am very grateful for the team that we have right now, because you are not anymore, I would say, team members that is helping Nathaniel and I. You are true leaders within Galileo Protocol. Every day you are pushing forward the marketing, the ecosystem growth, the product development. And for this, Nathaniel and I, we are very, very grateful for what you are bringing to the table. And for the little story, Kush, So it was 2 years ago. 2 years ago that I told Nathaniel that I wanted to leverage NFT to track the life cycle and to track the supply chain of luxury items. And at the beginning, he was not convinced at all. I proposed Nathaniel. I proposed Nathaniel to go to 2 different venues. The first one is like we wanted to create digital marketing strategies and website creation for Web3 companies. And the other project that I proposed him was to create the Galileo protocol to leverage the NFTs. And I remember his first feedback is like, NFTs, pictures of monkeys, like a lot of speculation. I don't feel it. And I told him like, let's give a try. Let's see how it goes. I made a lot of research. There is projects that are leveraging a smart contract to track the supply chain and the life cycle of items such as real estate. And we have a strong niche, and we have this niche of luxury items. Why? Because luxury items, there is a big counterfeiting problem, but also there is also this trend to go into sustainability tracking and to implement some technical integration into the e-commerce journey of the customers. So it was incredible 2 years of growth with up and down, for sure. We are just at the beginning. We are going to launch our product, our main suite of product in 2024, but Koss will be talking about this. And just to explain you, so how we will be managing this live stream, guys. So we have Andrea, we have Koss, and we have Zach. I am going to ask questions to them about different questions that the Galileans and the Galileo community is asking concerning marketing strategies, concerning ecosystem growth development, and concerning product development and technical development. So if you are ready, guys, we are going to start with Zach. And Zach, so we have a first question, and it is at the epicenter of our product suite, but also ecosystem. It's about the Leox token. These tokens that we have been minted with the help of Quant Network technology. These utility token that serve different purposes within our product suite. Not right now, but in the coming months, we are going to implement some use cases for Leox token within our product suite. Zach, first question, like what specific action are we undertaking to develop the Leox token in the coming weeks, months, and years?
Yeah, this is a really fun question, and I want to step back for just a second and tell everyone so that the community's aware. I'm down in not in my normal location. I'm down in Miami for Art Basel to let's work on the ecosystem growth of Galileo. So that's the background you see behind me. That's also why I'm not in a quiet place. So I apologize if there's a lot of noise on my end. I'll do my best to stay muted when I need to, but anyways, getting into that's where I am currently. Very excited about this weekend and how we can grow Galileo and the partnerships that maybe we can establish. Getting into the core of the question is centered around the token. What are those steps? What are the things that we are doing to develop it? And it's fun because we're now shifting sentiment in the market, and people are getting excited about crypto again. And so they're doing a lot more research. They're going on to CoinGecko. They're going on to CoinMarketCap and looking at the token. One of the most important items that they are looking at is the amount of tokens that are out there on the market that have already been minted. And so that kind of leads us into the several. I'd say it's a multi-strategy approach with the value of the LeoX token or the utility of the LeoX token. One of them is getting minting more strategically minting more of the circulating supply, so it's out there actually. You're not worried about inflation of the token as much. So we've done a lot behind the scenes to strategically. We don't want to all of a sudden mint all these extra tokens, but very strategically placing where we can have more of that circulating supply out in the market. Again, that prevents inflation, and kind of the leading into the opposite of that is the deflationary effect. So we're also, in conjunction with minting, have a strategy around reducing some of that supply through a burning mechanism. So without getting too much into the weeds, those are some of the two of the most important touch points around the LeoX token, and some of the valuable things that people look for when they're researching new altcoins. The other is an aggressive approach to exchange listings. During the bear market, you don't have as much revenue. You have to manage your expenses very closely, and you have to manage there's always that worry about the volatility of the token. And listing on a new exchange can present vulnerabilities as much as it can with growth in the value. And so now that we're shifting sentiment, we're aggressively working to get on these exchanges and get on tier 1 exchanges. We have a goal of by the end of Q1 being listed on a couple of tier 1 exchanges. And just so that y'all are aware, and I know I can be verbose, so Pierre, cut me off at any moment, but with exchange listing, it's not a simple, they're banging on your door, hey, we're going to list your token. It's an actual expensive process to get listing, to get marketing in place. And so it's not I guess me, before I got into the space and before I was here professionally, you kind of just assume, oh, Coinbase is going to come knocking on your door. They're going to want to list your token. And that's not the case. There's expenses involved, and there's negotiation with a listing, and there's strategy with, you don't want to list too many places, because then while it does allow for greater buying opportunities, it allows for greater selling opportunities. So I hope I haven't been too long-winded, but those are some of the specific actions we're taking with the LeoX token.
My microphone was mute, and there is big question also concerning the circulating supply versus the total supply, because that's true that within the smart contract of the LeoX token, we have the ability to mint up to 150 million LeoX token. And we have been designing tokenomics with a tokenomic experts, and every month and every quarter we are minting some token for the purpose of this allocation. But we understood at some point that not all the LeoX token will be used, and especially that within the tokenomics at the beginning, at the genesis of Galileo protocol, we wanted to create a learn-to-earn program. And we have been reserving a lot of LeoX token for this learn-to-earn program, but these LeoX tokens are dormant in some wallet. We are not using it. And it can decrease the investor confidence, because everything is public on the blockchain, and the people are seeing that millions of LeoX tokens are dormant in a wallet, and they can be worried about the fact that the team will be utilizing this LeoX token. So that's why recently we decided to do a massive burning of LeoX token that we took from different allocations that we are not using it. We decided to burn 7.5 million LeoX token, which is reducing the ratio between the circulating supply versus the total supply. Just for you to understand, the total supply is the number of tokens in circulation. We have to take into account what the investor have, what the exchange have, but also what Galileo, the team, and for the marketing, all the different allocation, there is the total supply. But what is the circulating supply? What you can see on CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap, it's about the LeoX token, which are in the hands of the public. That's the people accumulating, buying the LeoX token from Uniswap, from Mexi, from CoinW, from Bitmart, for example. And when we are calculating the market cap, we are calculating the market cap in relation to the circulating supply. Circulating supply multiplied by the price of the LeoX token. So just to say, and I will let you develop also on the ecosystem growth and strategy, Zach, about the Nebula, because it is another asset from the ecosystem. So what we want is like we can mint maximum 150 million, but like Zach was saying, there is a burning mechanism and the fact is like you won't be able to see more than 112.5 million of Leox token in circulation during the life of Galileo protocol. So Zach, we have the Leox token, which is a QRC20 token. Why QRC20 token? Because it's about the smart contract functionalities that Quant Network has been developing. But at the same time, we have the Nebula collection. So what it is within the roadmap of the Nebula collection, what we did in the past, and what we are going to do with this NFT collection.
Yeah, so the Nebula, I might even be more excited about Nebula than I am about the Leox token. You know, I've like I said, when I first joined Galileo, NFTs, I had this image of what they could be, and then Galileo had put together that was the manifestation of that vision of having a physical NFT, so a PNFT. Nebula was the primary thing that Galileo launched in the early days. I guess it's been, I think, a little over a year since we had the initial Nebula airdrop and whatnot, and I would say since then we've had basically a year-long reveal process. So if you go to OpenSea and you look at the Nebula, you'll see that it's you know, it kind of looks like it's a little icon video that has this explosion of you know, it goes from a cube to this explosion and scatters, kind of symbolizing this birth and this emergence of an ecosystem and of Galileo. I'm excited because we're upgrading the artwork, and we're you know, working with Quant as far as the QRC 721 standard. But we're going to actually have a nice piece of artwork. So it's this emergence, this Nebula, the almost reveal in a sense. If you're familiar with the world of NFTs, you typically have your mint, and then you'll have your reveal where you can actually see the artwork. And so I'm very excited about that artwork, because I've been that's how I first was introduced to Galileo, was the Nebula PNFT. Around that, we're going to have a whole there's a lot of thought, so that, you know, as a community, there's a lot of thought that's gone into this artwork and the story behind the Nebula. It's going to be used, kind of the utility component of it. Initially, it started out, those that held the PNFT received some giveaways. There was a MacBook. There was that was associated with the PNFT. There was various cryptocurrency that was associated with it. Utility to it, such as, and almost treating it as a membership key, VIP access. Those that were able to join, that are Nebula holders and were able to join. We had we'll say a VIP Discord call earlier in the week, and so it's things like that where there's gated access, if you will, so that if you hold this, you have access and further insight into the ecosystem that you might not have if you are just kind of looking on the outside. It ties into the we'll say exclusivity or elite mindset around luxury goods, and so kind of the Nebula is that manifestation of this you know, this concept around exclusivity and you know, all the things that are associated with the luxury goods space. So some of those membership VIP access will be to the marketplace, things like early exposure to product launches, the potential discounts that are associated with the marketplace, as well as, like I said, alluded to earlier, AMAs, special AMAs that are, you know, with that group of holders. And then lastly, and one of the things, because of my partnership background is that the Nebula will be your key to certain AMAs with our partners. So as we continue to develop, we've got a lot of exciting partnership announcements that are in the pipeline. It's all about signing the document, making sure it's legitimate, and then being able to announce to the community. So being able to host special AMA with the luxury brands that we're working with, as well as the various partners that are in Web3. So those are a few of the utilities. That's kind of our strategy with the Nebula. Very excited about it.
A great insight, Zach. Great insight. And I have a last question for you, and concerning this exclusivity. So Galileo decided to buy from the treasury a premium exclusive collection from the Yuga Labs, the Mutant, but also the Neotokyo, the S1 Citizen, powered by Alex Baker and Elliott Trade. Can you tell a little bit why we did this? And can you elaborate also on the type of partnerships that we are seeking, and what kind of value are we exchanging with these partners, with these partnerships that we are building right now?
Absolutely, yeah. To the community, you may be thinking, why in the world would you get a Mutant tape, and why would you get a Neotokyo NFT? This continues that concept of this exclusive membership, this access to resources that you might not have, or you won't have if you're not a holder of a certain NFT. So there's utility behind specifically the Neotokyo NFT, where it adds access to a whole environment of builders, of investors, of potential partners. So that's kind of the thinking behind the strategy behind acquiring the Neotokyo. The other thing is with this Nebula artwork, we're actually going to have very clean, very aesthetic artwork that's associated with our Nebula, and along with that comes this. You want to seek those that value artwork, those that value the luxury goods space, and in general, the communities like the Mutant Ape, like the Bored Ape Yacht Club, like Cool Cats or Pudgy Penguins. Although they have fun names, they represent a lot of exclusivity and a lot of people that value artwork. And those same people that value artwork as a collectible, the digital artwork, also value the physical luxury goods. They value the not having an artwork piece that's associated with a physical item. So that's kind of maybe a roundabout way of that was our thinking, our strategy behind acquiring the Neotokyo as well as the Mutant Ape that we have. And then you asked a question about I think strategy with various partners, like what. Well, I guess let me ask you to ask the question again.
Yeah, it was the question, like what kind of partnership are we looking, and with what kind of entities are we collaborating right now, and for which purpose?
Yeah, we're taking a very multifaceted approach. I would say chain agnostic approach, as well as a variety of sectors within the industry, because we believe that in order for this space to take off, as we'll say, the air quote mass adoption, what that looks like is the cliche of a rising tide lifts all ships. So we believe in strategic partnerships aligned with those that are in the sustainability space within blockchain, those that are the layer ones, that because ultimately the future of blockchain is in these layer ones, and being able to create interoperability among all of those. We mentioned the NFT communities that we want to target, but also real world asset projects. So although we are a real world asset project, although there might be some competition in the space, The reality is that there is plenty of pieces of the pie to go around, and we believe that the success of these other real world asset projects will translate to us, as well as vice versa. Our success will allow for others in the space to succeed as well, and specifically the real world asset niche. So we're aligning ourselves with, as I've kind of coined it in my mind, a consortium of brands or consortium of real world asset projects. Another component that we're targeting is privacy networks. So a lot of the people that purchase luxury goods value their privacy. They're the higher net worth individuals. We have that interesting mix of, we'll have those that are on the marketplace that they buy a Rolex and they want to show it off. They want to go on social media and show everyone what they bought, and they're, I'll say, more flashy. Then we have this other group, the high net worth individuals that prefer their privacy. They don't necessarily, when they make a transaction on the blockchain, although it's available for everyone to see, they don't necessarily want, let's say, their specific wallet address to be able to link to whatever their purchase was. So that's another example of a sector that we're targeting. And I could go on and on about the others because there's so many nuances within the space, but I'll stop there and see if we have any follow-up questions.
No, thank you so much, Zach. We very insightful. We are going to transition to a new team leaders. So we have been talking about the marketing action plan and the head of marketing. So Andrea have been starting within Galileo for 1 year right now. She has been working as a social media manager, and she proved herself. Like, she demonstrated a lot of skill, a lot of resilience and motivation. So we decided to promote Andrea as the head of marketing with a broader view on the Web3 marketing. Andrea, so the approach that we have with the marketing is a little bit tricky. And when I want to tell tricky, it's about we have a double target. We have for sure the user base, the B2C approach, but we have also the B2B approach, because we have this marketplace, we have this suite of products in which we are putting in relation the brands, the luxury brands, the creators, with the user base, with the B2C, with these high-end individuals that wants to purchase the product, the luxury items. So the first question that I have for you, Andrea, it's about what kind of marketing strategies are we implementing to increase the brand awareness of Galileo protocol from the community, the user base perspective, but also from the B2B approach?
All right. So I will be starting first with before going into our B2B approach, but first with our direct to community approach. So in terms of our community marketing, so yeah, before I proceed, by the way, guys, we have Hippoly holiday giveaway. It's ongoing now. Everyone's welcome to join. Please support Hippoly X as well, Galileo subsidiary brand. And please treat it as a part of Galileo network as well. So feel free to join, guys. It's up now. It's the giveaway is live. So yeah, also just to add to that, on December 10th, we're going to release a daily giveaway. So stay tuned on that. Lots of prizes to give away. So it's part of our holiday campaign as well. So more to come this 2024 that we cannot disclose yet, but we're excited too. So going back for our community marketing, what strategies are we implementing to strengthen our brand presence? So aside from those community giveaways that we do to give back and reward our loyal community members, we are also collaborating with different thought leaders to spread more words about Galileo and help us disseminate our announcements, campaigns, and activities further. So it's part of our strengthened influencer collaboration. Aside from that, we also continue with our social media marketing efforts to update our community about the latest updates and developments that we have using different social media channels. We are also in talks of collaborating and cross-marketing with other Web3 brands to amplify our community more, provide more opportunities to our community, and of course, to increase Galileo's reach. And that's why we're hosting sessions like this to update everyone in our community about the updates and developments that have been happening in the Galileo ecosystem. Aside from that, we're also collaborating with other projects. We've been doing this since before. We've been collaborating with other projects such as our project partner projects and founders that are our partners to take everyone with us while brainstorming about possibilities that we would like to contribute innovatively in Web3. So, aside from that, what else? We regularly publish insightful blog posts on our official website. Not just that, but also on different platforms. We do it in different types of formats. So, this contents cover a range of topics, including industry trends related to tokenization, project updates, educational pieces about blockchain and Web3, behind the scenes looks at the teams and our values. So, of course, our main goal is to educate, inform, and entertain our community members to foster a deeper connection with the Galileo brand. But in terms of our B2B approach, so there are a lot of strategies that we are also doing, which is kind of done internally. It's not something that we publicize about the strategies that we do, but together with the help of our sales team, we're building things already. We have been reaching out to luxury brands and to different Web 2 and Web 3 brands. From different niches to collaborate with Galileo Network. So, although there may be challenges indeed in opening the world of Web3 and tokenization, especially to traditional brands, but we managed to get through it all, although it's a long process indeed. So, we're utilizing LinkedIn and personal connections. We're also expanding our network. So, there's a lot of strategies that we are doing right now and partnering with different luxury brands, bigger brands, Web2 brands for Galileo Network. So yeah, we also plan to partner with luxury groups, communities, collectors to expand our network in this niche. So aside from that, we plan educational webinars with these partnerships to guide these brands onto Web3 and tokenization. So that's also a part of our plan. Actually, there's a lot of plans moving forward. I wish I could disclose everything to you guys, but okay, here's a little alpha. So we will be producing also a YouTube educational series. So heads up everyone. We're releasing this soonest as we set to position Galileo as a thought leader in this industry. So it only makes sense for us to provide guides as well to non-Web3 brands and people being onboarded in Web3. Not just in Web3, but in asset tokenization as a whole. So there are a lot of activities that we plan to do with our partners. We're also planning on some programs, maybe some ambassador programs. Are you guys interested in this? So there's a lot of plans that we plan to do, not just for the rest of the days for 2023, but also for the coming months in 2024. And we're so excited to release that to you guys.
No, that's great, Andrea. That's great. And about this B2B approach, this strategy. So we saw in 2020, 2021, during the peak of the previous bull market, that we had a lot of luxury brands stepping into the Web3, into the NFT world. So we can mention Breitling, we can mention Louis Vuitton, we can mention Gucci, who are already adopting this kind of technology. Or we can see, for example, there is this e-commerce website in France. I don't know if you know them. If it's international, Vinted. I'm sure that it is international, and they are producing like certificates to combat counterfeiting. So they are not using the Web3 technology, but they understand that producing a certificate that will be tracking the supply chain, the life cycle of the object, can reinforce the confidence towards their end customers. So that's the kind of strategy that we are using, is like about increasing the the traceability of their assets, implementing some sustainable strategy, but also to attract a younger generation, but also to accept the crypto payment and to be surfing this crypto AI Web3 wave. Andrea, so you told that so we have been managing to do a lot of meeting with these luxury brands. How these luxury brands are reacting to our product presentation?
Yeah, so about that, so as I have mentioned, we've been reaching out recently to different luxury brands from different types and from different industries and from different niche. So we have a unique approach to messaging and connecting with our target luxury brands, and we I just want to emphasize that we really value educating them first about the technology of blockchain as a whole, but also not just that, but also the concept of tokenization. So as I have mentioned, one of the goal that we really want to is to establish Galileo as a thought leader in this industry. Hence, we also provide guides to our target luxury brands to help them get onboarded in Web3. Not just for Galileo, but for the whole Web3 ecosystem as a whole. So yeah, we are managing to get through it all. It's a long process, but there's lots of challenges in opening them to the world of Web3. But yeah, we're already in that process, and we're expanding our network when it comes to different luxury brands, groups, communities, and
Okay.
all that.
And how do you envision the marketing strategies that we can implement online versus the offline marketing strategy?
Yeah, so as I have mentioned, I think I kind of went overboard earlier and mentioned almost majority already. But yeah, here's a little help for you guys. We are also participating in an upcoming huge event. I can't disclose yet, but we are building a summit inside the summit. That's something we're very excited to announce. We'll announce more info about this very, very soon. So stay tuned on that. And more what else, we are also working on new listings on top 12 crypto exchanges. We are already in talks, so stay tuned on that. We're also going to announce more about this, and of course collaborations with projects on both web 2 and web 3 brands, and continue with what we are currently doing.
Yeah, that's great, Andrea. And that's true that the offline marketing is very important, like to increase the brand awareness. But also, if we are considering like targeting this executive from the luxury industry, are we going to find them on Twitter? Are we going to find them within the crypto Twitter space? That's not really the case, and that's why we need to target these people with different approach and with different marketing magnet. And for example, so Andrea, you talk about this, like last year we were talking about organizing the first real world asset summit in Barcelona, but we changed a little bit our mind. We are not going to do it by ourselves, but we are going to host a RWA summit within an already established summit. So we will have the chance to talk about everything related to real world asset tokenization, but also a digital certificate of product, luxury product, how to track the supply chain, the life cycle. And we will have the chance to conduct a workshop around the Galileo product suite promises. And it helped me to do this transition about the product development. Koss, you have been working for Galileo a little bit less than 1 year. You arrived later than Andrea, but you have been collaborating at the beginning as a part-time freelancer to help us launch the Nebula collection. So it will be soon your anniversary within Galileo protocol. That's always a pleasure to discuss with you. You are the technical guru. You are the engineer of the Galileo product suite. Gersh, can you give us a little bit insight about and updates about the key products that we are going to release to the public in 2024?
Mm, yeah, yeah. Thanks for the mic. Now, so coming to the key products, right? Uh, I guess you all know that it's being launched by the end of Q1 2024. So I'll just start with what's included in this. So you can see this as a cream of the whole Galileo product suite, which we are planning to build. This is not the end. but more to come. But we need to start with something to the launch. So we'll have the tokenization platform. This is so before before buying something, you need someone to sell those. So I guess Andrea has covered most of this part. We are talking to different brands, allowing them to list their products on our marketplace. So this is what happens with the tokenization platform. We are building some, you can call it a very easy to go interface for brands, where they can just come in, enter information verified by Galileo, and then their products will be co-listed on the marketplace. We are just going to the brands now. So this is what happens with the tokenization platform. And then coming, we'll have the marketplace. So marketplace is from where people will be able to buy, and you can sell these products whichever are available in the marketplace. So in that, we are adding a lot of other items also. We are allowing reselling of the items which have not been redeemed yet. So in Galileo, we have a concept of redeeming, wherein you can buy an item. That item is under your ownership, but it's not under your possession. You can redeem it to have it to your home. That is under your possession. And after that, another key concept of Galileo, we allow the update of the physical item. uh, it's the NFT mirror of the physical item along with the life cycle of the product. This is where the magic comes in. You can just update your NFT according to the rules set by the brand. So it's like a whole ecosystem you'll enter in the Q1 2024. Lot of to see. And even if I keep on saying it's too much, but I think it should be for you to see what's going on, and more it's like how we'll be working with it. And another major point for this is, it's evident that everything on the blockchain can be seen, but we have a tracker tool. It's like you can see a digital trail of complete products, or the products which have been tokenized in the Galileo protocol. So it's like every product will have one unique serial ID. Using that, you can just get complete history of the NFT. And the best part is you can also get the NFT update history. That's very interesting, because you have been seeing the NFT ownership history everywhere. It gets directly shown to you, transfer here from here. That's there. But what Galileo is doing is, it will show you the complete history. Who updated this? Why did he update? He can even add a reason to it. And then when did he update? All of this. It's like complete ecosystem.
Yeah, that's great, Kosh. And can you give some insights about the release
Okay.
of the marketplace?
So so about the marketplace release, we are planning it by end of Q1 of the 2024. So we have started most of the operations around it. One was, as I explained, onboarding brands, and then about the release operations, and then we have another testing to come. I don't want to reveal that completely yet. We need to, before launching the application, we want that to be tested rigorously by us, by you, so that even if you remember from last beta testing, there were a couple of feedbacks which we have taken seriously, and built upon that. That's what it is. Listen to the community and build for the community. We have been doing that. And yes, so all of this will be released to you by end of Q1 2024 with all the MiCA regulations, so that you can directly go without any without any regulatory fear from the regulatory, because we are also including KYC, AML for you. It's complete safe by end of Q1 2024. Yes.
So with Nathaniel at the early stage of Galileo protocol, we started to build this product suite, and it has been evolving so much with the increased team and brain from the outside to give us a fresh perspective also as well, and because the role also of Nathaniel and I is like to have the vision of what can be a PNFT, what it can do. But at some point, you need the technical guys, you need the product team to put into vision what you want to do, and you need them also to tell you, like, this you can do it, this you cannot do it, or if you want to do it, you will have this workload, this roadmap to implement all the features. Kush, my next question is about what was the challenges in developing the Galileo marketplace and product suite in comparison with a traditional NFT marketplace such as OpenSea? What makes the Galileo marketplace unique, and what was the obstacle with the visions that we are trying to bring to the market?
Okay, so this is very interesting question. We have been doing this for the last nearly a year, and yeah, now I'll take this opportunity to explain all the issues we faced. So it's like if it was something like go list on the marketplace and then people come by, pay money, it would have been there for now. It would have been on the go. But there's something which is interesting with Galileo is we go with a unique proposition that we want a specific what I would say specific unique ID for that product, all of that product's life cycle to be matched, and this is what we need to build. It's like okay, so once you build an NFT, it's gone and it's sold. Now next what? After selling, you need to update it, right? Because the product goes life cycle goes, you update the PNFT. Now the question is, who will update the PNFT? You'll have to go to every time to the brand to update the PNFT. No, it's like that's a very tedious process. But if you update the PNFT, what if you update the very important piece of the PNFT? For example, in some countries, let's take an example of a car. In some countries, it's illegal to just directly change the color of the car. You can't do it directly. You have to go to the authority, get some permissions, and do that. So in that case, you'll have to go to the brand. So it's like they gave control to the brand. We would like to give the brand to control what attributes of the PNFT is updated. We had to build this. Now coming to the tracker tool. Now in the tracker tool, right, it was very easy for us to just get the ownership of the history. There are a lot of tools over there, web3 tools, which will get you. But now what we wanted to do, we wanted to show you the complete metadata history of it. Now how do we do that? It's like we had to incorporate in our or our some okay, I'll come to the standards next, but we have to incorporate our methodologies and techniques in that. Now, another question was, okay, you have your NFT on Galileo Marketplace. What if somebody opens their wallet on the OpenSea? You want that to you want that same NFT to look as much similar. I mean, on the OpenSea also, right? So we need to follow the OpenSea standard also, and over that we need to add our Galileo's unique selling propositions also. So that's where we designed metadata standard separately for Galileo. We incorporated everything in it. It covers your metadata update history. It covers your whatever proofs you're adding into the metadata. So it's like Galileo allows you to add proofs for each attribute. That's like if you see some other marketplace right now, it just show you this color, this everything. But in an in a product or a physical product, there are certain there are certain what I would say sections which you, if you can't add a photo of it or something like it, if it can't be explained visually, you will have to enter that in the attribute, and then you can add a proof for that. It's like attribute level proof is what we call. Maybe I'm getting too much technical, but it's interesting. So you could add that and everyone could view that. So it's like the Galileo standard was also another part of that. And now coming to the application. Wow. So it's like if somebody's buying, what if you're buying and there has to multiple transaction has to go. It's like first you need to approve things and later you'll have to buy, paying the amount. What if I clicked on buy button. Now before the transaction goes on, I close the browser. Will Galileo leave you like that with your money? No, we'll have to take care of that. So that was also a tricky part. And then now coming to the brands, we'll have to go for we wanted brands to onboard, but we didn't want a way wherein brands will come to us, they'll tell this and we'll do. No, it can happen in starting maybe 6 months, but after that there'll be a lot of brands coming to us. We can't keep on increasing our workforce to do that. That's not an evident way also. But and yeah, Pierre has a higher vision for this. Maybe he'll talk about this. But what we wanted is we want an interface which should be easy to operate for the even the non Web3 guys also. Okay, if you are a Web2 guy with a wallet, you can get in a Galileo. Okay, so this is what the way we wanted it to go. And now coming to another major one was the and then the shipping feature.
You are breaking a little bit, Kush.
what I would call as the
Ah,
internet interruption maybe. Now,
you're back.
now is
You're
it?
back. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay. I turned off my video just to stop that interruption.
Okay.
Yeah, I was at the tax. So we had to add the tax calculations also in the marketplace, wherein the tax will be calculated based on the buyer's country and also including the seller's country. So we were in a search of various tools and we finalized one, and the building upon that. And another one is the shipping cost. Now you just redeemed an NFT, but at that time you need to calculate the cost also, right? So what will be the shipping cost to get that NFT to you? So in that case, we had to use another service which will calculate the cost for us, and then we are giving an opportunity for the brands to select the shipping carrier they'll use. So we want to keep it intact. In Vion for the brands also, it's like if we get a shipping fee, that should be perfect. I mean, near to perfect at least for them not to bear any additional cost. And a final thing I would mention is for brands, we have the report selling something like selling report. At the end, you need to file your taxes, right? So all of that you can just download everything in a report. It will tell you how much tax you collected, how much shipping, everything. It's like complete. You download and then you do your stuff. Maybe I took much of
Yeah.
the time.
No, that's good. Well, I think the system is pretty complex for sure. It is totally
Yeah.
different from the other NFT marketplace that we know, Eden, Rarible, and OpenSea. Because at the epicenter we have the PNFT standard, and we have to make this PNFT to represent faithfully the underlying asset for sure. But at the same time, there is this other layer of e-commerce, of this Web3 e-commerce, integrating also the Web3 technologies, and very proud. And Kush, you have been talking about how to increase the user friendliness, because the vision is this, is to be the Web3 Shopify. You know, Shopify, you don't have to understand how JavaScript, how HTML, CSS is working if you want to launch your e-commerce platform. It is a no-code application in which you will be creating your profile, your store, your online store, but also listing your products. So can you tell a little bit, Kush, about how Galileo is increasing the user friendliness of its application, and and how it can generate more adoption from the public?
Okay, so I guess most of the answers I just put up in the last question, like regarding the user friendliness of the application for the brand. So it's like easy to follow steps and clicks. But one thing I would like to mention over here is like in the first application phase, we'll be launching with the MetaMask. Like you need to have a wallet to buy things and or just to sell. But selling, you have different different actions for now. But let's coming to buying, you need to have a MetaMask wallet to buy something, right? So we would like to have the non Web3 guys also jump into the ecosystem. Even the person who don't know about wallets, we want to have him in the ecosystem. It's like at the end, we believe that Web2 like experience along with the Web3 tech succeeds. So yeah, so we are trying to do it that way. So there's a concept called non-custodial wallets. It's like you come into the application, the only thing you say right now is enter your wallet address and or connect a wallet, something like that. You don't want to do that. I just want to directly go with Google because I'm familiar with Google logins. I'll go in log in with my Google, and so Galileo using this non-custodial solution will create a wallet for you. It will be along with you, created along with you on the application, that application specific, and it will be safe also. It's like your private key is not saved at one particular place. It's like divided. It's like the whole new tech of the non-custodial wallet. But the essence over here is it's like a normal web 2 experience. You feel like you're working with a normal online marketplace. You don't see your wallet, but at any time when you feel comfortable with the wallet, because for sure after learning to Galileo, you'll go into Web3 space, you'll see what a wallet is, how to create a wallet, all of that. Then you come to us, you tell that okay, then you can reveal your private key and then store it somewhere else, and then you can start your Web3 journey. We'll onboard you. It's not like only Web3 people should come in. At then it's like everyone should come into this space. So we'll kind of paving a way to get you easy into this marketplace.
I agree with you, Kush, and I remember the first time. So when I started my crypto journey, it was about utilizing centralized exchange, and I think centralized exchange have advantages and disadvantages. I think so. The disadvantages is the centralization for sure, but the advantages for me is the user friendliness of adopting the Web3 technology. Because I remember when I went to MetaMask, for example, I mean, the first time I downloaded MetaMask, this was my first experiences with the DeFi wallet. And I needed to watch a YouTube video to understand how to install MetaMask, what was a seed phrase, what is a deposit address, what is a blockchain network. Because when we want to send cryptocurrency, when you have no experience in the crypto ecosystem, and you can see that you can send crypto via Ethereum, via Binance Smart Chain, via Tron, etc. Like you need to seek the information. And the questions that we are wondering as Galileo is it the right way for the mass adoption? We want to implement tools that with the ones that people can relate. So Kesh was mentioning is like buying a product and also and having an auto-generated wallet that will hold the PNFT.
Yeah, and
So
maybe I'll break. I'm breaking in here, maybe. So yeah. So another one which I might be missed in the flow is that we allow to
Kush, you're breaking again.
my internet to check.
No,
Hello,
it's okay.
let's
Yeah,
check.
yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry for the interruption. I didn't
No,
expect
no
this.
worries.
Okay. So what I was telling is we allow buying with the fiat currency also. So you buy with, until you're comfortable with crypto, you can go buy with fiat currency and you can use the auto-generated wallet. That auto-generated wallet will hold your PNFTs.
Yeah.
So the tech is still there, but you can do it your way from the Web2 way. When you're comfortable, go switch it.
Yeah, exactly. So it has been already 1 hour. I will ask you a last question, Kush. It's about the staking and the utilities that we want to give to the Leox token. I think there is a lot of Galileans and investors that are waiting for this staking platform. Can you give a little bit of insight? Can you explain what will be the different mechanism and the relation between the Leox and the Nebula also, but also what we want to do to increase the utility of these two assets with the voting platform, the hybrid DAO that we want to bring into the market.
Okay, so now, the narrative is like we launched Leox, we launched Nebula, and it's like both of them are together. So we thought, why don't we connect them still more closer? So that's where we brought in this staking platform. In this staking platform, we wanted to give importance to everything. It's like in the Nebula, right? If you see, there are a lot of statuses today, and after the upgrade you are getting some more good news, but stay tuned for that. After the upgrade also you will have a certain kind of citizenship and status, all of that. So we want to give importance to that also, because some NFTs are rarer, and for that case we're adding importance to that. And then so what we did is, so based on that importance, you can just go stake a Nebula, and once you stake the Nebula, based on the your rarity of the Nebula NFT, you will be able to allow to stake the Leox. So it's like, consider that I'm just taking an example. The fifth citizen will be able to stake at max 20,000 Leox tokens. So the fourth citizen can stake at max 10,000 Leox tokens against the Nebula. Okay, you stake Leox, you stake the Nebula, and then according to the max count, you stake your Leox, and then you'll get your rewards based on the amounts of Leox staked.
Exactly.
Now the interesting thing is, as you stake for more months, you get more rewards. It's like we want to reward the community who trust the solution. I mean, who trust and invest in the Nebula for more time, Nebula or Leox for the more time. So if you invest for if you stake for 3 months, there is certain rewards. If you take for six stake for 6 months or lock it for 6 months, the rewards will be more. This is how we'll go. And then the another more interesting thing is about the we'll have something called as community points. So the more you stake, you'll get some points based on the calculation we have about the Nebula you hold, the amount of Leox you staked, and the time you the lock time. So all of this will be considered, and you'll get one community score. That community score will help you make decisions in this Galileo ecosystem. We'll launch a voting platform wherein, based on that community score, how much you have it, you'll be able to propose things and then vote on the proposals. So this is where we want to connect everything. So it's like, if you are a good contributor to Nebula, you'll once you stake all of this, you hold some points, you go create a good proposal, let it get voted, and then we'll incorporate those changes. So this is how we are trying to connect everything in here.
Yeah, that's great. So it means that if you want to start staking your Leox and participate into the governance of the
Yeah.
Galileo protocol, you need to hold at least one Nebula. This is a mandatory to be part of the ecosystem. You need to hold a Nebula, and we will have more surprise in the coming weeks about the Nebula utility also as well. Guys, it has been a pleasure. So we will finalize this stream. Do you have any final words, Zach? Maybe.
The only final words I have are just one. I don't, listening to Kush elaborate on the technical side is such a special thing that y'all have as a community, we have as a team, to get insight and transparency into what's going on, kind of the inner workings of Galileo, and as well as what our growth strategy is in marketing. It's something that I think is unique in the space, and something that has always drawn me to Galileo is the transparency, and where we're able to be transparent, being able to share updates like this. It's been a pleasure. I for those of y'all that know, I love talking about this stuff, and those creative collaborations, and get me rambling, and something will probably slip. But we will be having more of these like AMA type sessions as Nebula holders if you're in the Discord server. So you'll get further insight into those. One thing I didn't mention. And keeping this concise and wrapping it up, with partnerships, our strategic partners are Nebula holders. We're part of our deals that we're working with them are include a Nebula. So they're getting special access, just like you as Nebula holders. If you hold one, as a community member that's a Nebula holder, you're getting special access to the partners in that sense. They're Nebula holders, so they're part of the ecosystem, and again, that provides that exclusivity around the AMAs and insight into what our partners are working on as well. So it's been awesome. I just love talking about this. I love being on video, the community being able to see us, and have a face to a name rather than just a pseudonym. So it's been fun, and I'm excited for the end of 2023, and then the whole 2024 is going to be a blast.
Yeah, we want to create the Nebula collection to be not just a collection for investors, for community members, but also for brands, for partners, for team members, for the different alliances that we have within the ecosystem, and to have an all-in-one platform in which we can build, share our vision. And we don't mention that much, but also so the brand that is coming to our platform. So guys, we are in the signing phase of different brands for the marketplace. So you will have the announcements one by one. But the clients have the opportunity also to acquire a Nebula if they want to have some discount on the marketplace, because for sure, like, to have access to this no-code digital twin creation platform, they need to pay a license, they need to pay a one-time fee, and by acquiring, wow, the English pronunciation is bad at this time. By getting a Nebula, they can get some discounts within the Galileo ecosystem. That was great. Andrea, do you have final notes for this live stream?
Yeah, so I'll make this short. So I think Zach wrapped it up pretty clearly. But then I just want to remind the community. So hearing about everything that Kish said about our development, about the updates that we have, about our innovative features. So if any of our community members need more clarity on the technical side, the marketing team is here. Feel free to ping us in our group chat in order to simplify all these technicalities and all the jargon that are being mentioned, and for you to be more informed and updated about the technology that we have and the ecosystem that we are building. So the marketing team is here. Our community admins are there. Also, shout out to our community admins. Thank you so much for moderating and maintaining the Galileo community every day. So yeah, we're just here. If you have any questions, feel free to message us. Feel free to mention me. I'm also pretty active in our community, and yeah, we're always here for the community. So yeah.
Excellent. And Kesh, you have the final stage for you.
Okay, yeah, and first of all, thanks for the opportunity, because it's like I felt like I am opening my heart to everyone. That's what really happened here. I had put up some notes, but that was of no use. I didn't even look at it. So yeah, and it's like yeah, it was good here. And if you have any questions regarding the product, it's like if you feel something was like most of a jargon, as Andrea said, just let us know. We are even free to do separate Harley sessions on this if it takes that time. We are free here. And then the yeah, about the transparent companies culture over here, I feel like everyone is answerable to everyone. Just ask a question, you will have that answered. Yeah, nice being here.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for taking the time. And as we draw this session to a close, I would like to extend a thank you to Zach, Andrea, and Kushal for their invaluable insights, and to everyone who joined us today in this engaging conversation about the Galileo protocol. Ciao, ciao.
Thank you.